Good afternoon. This is Aidan Mahoney at the Tropical Analysis and Forecast Branch, and this is the Tropical Atlantic Marine Weather Briefing for Sunday, September 14th, 2025. The main hazards this week are in the eastern and central tropical Atlantic, where a tropical wave is expected to produce 25 to 30 knot winds and seas to 12 feet. We are also monitoring this tropical wave for possible tropical cyclone development later on in the week. In the other basins, the Western Atlantic, Caribbean, and Gulf of America, no significant winds or seas are expected. The tropical wave is currently producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms, and while environmental conditions are expected to limit any development over the next 48 hours, a tropical depression is likely to form during the middle to latter part of this week. Taking a look at the current conditions, a decaying cold front is located near the Bahamas off the Atlantic coast of Florida, with some locally fresh to strong winds and slight seas behind it in those coastal waters. Meanwhile, in deep tropical Atlantic, there is a tropical wave with fresh to locally strong winds on the north side of the axis, where there are locally seas to 8 feet in these winds. On Monday, this band of fresh to strong winds and seas to 8 feet continue to prevail across the central and eastern tropical Atlantic Ocean. By Tuesday, winds and seas will continue to increase with this tropical wave, with winds to fresh to strong speeds and seas to around 10 feet. This is also the tropical wave we are monitoring for tropical cyclone development. By Wednesday, winds associated with this tropical wave should peak to around 30 knots, with seas continuing to build to around 12 feet. Similar conditions are expected to prevail on Thursday, with winds to 30 knots and seas to 12 feet near the tropical wave. We are also forecasting similar conditions on Friday, with winds to 30 knots and seas to 12 feet. In summary, the main feature of interest is a tropical wave with a high chance of development that is expected to produce winds to 30 knots and seas to 12 feet in the eastern and central tropical Atlantic. This concludes today's Tropical Atlantic Marine Weather Briefing. The next briefing will be available by Thursday, September 18th at 6 p.m., and you are encouraged to monitor the latest information at hurricanes.gov/marine.